Hello and welcome to the Formula 1 Grand Prix, the first Grand Prix of the new F1 season here in Melbourne, Australia. As this course is going to be very huge for all the drivers here today. It's going to be very cloudy with 22 degrees. But you look at the map of the racetrack, there's only 16 turns and 3.295 miles and also 5.3 kilometres by track distance in this race here today in Melbourne here today. The F1 Constructors World Championship standings as it stands at the moment, that Mercedes got 44 points, the Red Bull have got 29, Ferrari have 12 and Renault with 10 after 5 rounds. And we are going to have 10 rounds of Formula 1 this season as we start in Australia today on the 11th of February as it ends on October the 21st in Abu Dhabi, as we have the Chinese, the Spanish, the French, Austria, the Britain, the Italy, the Japan and the Brazilian Grand Prix until the Abu Dhabi. And these are the official drivers here today in the race. We have Bottas, Hamilton, Max Verstappen, Alexander Albon. Also we got Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc will be, and also Daniel Ricciardo, Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris and Sergio Perez, Lance Stroll, Esteban Ocon, Danny Kovac, Kimi Räikkönen. Also Kevin Magnussen, we've got Romain Grosjean, George Russell, Antonio Giovinazzi and also Nicholas Latifi and also Kevin Nicholson. As the F1 race begins right here right now for the first Grand Prix in Australia. Go, 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 go! All the cars are driving. Go, go, go! And this is a big competition here on the first Formula 1 here as a big race. And Bottas is leading at the moment. We've got Hamilton and Max Verstappen in third position at the moment. Obviously Kevin Nicholson is last as it stands at the moment in this race. And now looks like he's taken the whole way here, Bottas. And now Kevin Nicholson jumped from 20 up to 11 in this race. A big battle between all the 20 drivers on who's going to win this race here today. And here we go, let's get this contest here underway. Seems like Kevin Nicholson's struggling here, it looks like, because he's been hit into the corner of the track. And he could have been hit out of the race, but he's still alive, in fact, Kevin Nicholson. And he could have been knocked by the other car, but he maintains 11th position as it stands at the moment in this Formula 1 race. And now he stays in 11th position, holds on 11th. And obviously catching on there is Ocon, is catching on with Nicholson. And now we know all the other drivers behind Nicholson, they're trying to go above him in this Formula 1 race. Now going forwards here. The big battle it is going to be for the loads of cars. We've got obviously Räikkönen, Russell and also Kvyat there at the last position as well. And Grosjean as well in last position, trying to battle out. And we look like to me that Kovac, the Ukrainian, is going to take a pit stop. He's going to take a pit stop. So one of the drivers will be taking a pit stop while all the other drivers continuing driving here. Now there's a big battle at the last position as well. We know that Kvyat's last and he's getting a pit stop. So all the Alpha Touring is actually fixing his car here. And now Kvyat's now going to drive out. Go, 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 and he's got to get back into the race because he is last as it stands at the moment, the Ukrainian Formula 1 driver, and he wants to get back into the race as soon as possible. And this is it, he's getting out from that pit stop, he is from changing his wheels. And while Bottas is actually first as it stands at the moment, and he's really run away with it here, while Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen are trying to chase him here in this Formula 1 race. And now, and now really chase him on. Now Red Bull here. Now Max Verstappen in third position here, trying to chase him on. A big battle here in this Formula 1 race. It's going all the way. It's a big huge battle at the first two. And Bottas do drop down to second here. And now it looks like to me that Bottas and Hamilton and also Verstappen are really battling out one another at the top of the race in this lap. And this is the first lap being completed right here for most of the drivers now, percently so. That's the first lap, that is, of the race. And now it looks like Bottas there takes first position and he stays there while Hamilton and Max Verstappen are trying to chase him on in this race. And we're in the second lap we're in. And Bottas has run away with it looks like here. There's no one really catching him up here, this Finland driver. Yeah, you can see all the other drivers behind him are a bit way behind him in the way, and obviously Red Bull and also Hamilton trying to chase him on. This is very, very intense. This is very intense, this race. Let's see who can be the first winner of the Grand Prix of the first round of the season in Australia here in Melbourne. And now it looks like to me that now Verstappen here racing on, and now it looks like Sainz here as well, and Arnold. And they've really raced them on here in this race here. Very competitive. And now we're down to like 10th position now. Battle here between Perez here, and now here's Nicholson. And he's really holding on that 11th position as we know at the moment. And the other drivers are all behind him trying to overtake Nicholson. But it's still holding on to that 11th position here, Kevin Nicholson. Yeah, he's going all the way. He wants to win the whole entire thing if he can possibly do that here. And he really holds on tight. And now all the other drivers all behind as well. Him and Russell and Grosjean and also Latifi and also Kvyat as well. A big battle at the bottom position here between those two. And now Bottas at the top. Bit of a big fight between Lewis Hamilton and Red Bull here, Max Verstappen, as he overtakes him, he does, Max Verstappen. And now Hamilton gets back in front here in this race. There's a big battle between Red Bull and Mercedes. Hamilton, Verstappen, and also here Verstappen are really battling out one another at the front here. And now Bottas now takes control of this race. Yeah, Bottas is really overtaking here, really battling out with Verstappen. And also Hamilton and Verstappen probably battling out each other for that second and third position. You can see Lewis Hamilton behind and now it looks like Bottas here really going to take that third lap now. The third lap they've completed now. We're in the third lap we're in. The second lap's been completed now. We're in the third lap of this race. Now Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton are both battling out one another in second and third position. And now it looks like to me it's a huge battle between these two here. Very intense scenes here between Red Bull and Mercedes here. And Hamilton and Verstappen are really battling out one another for second and third position here in this race. Yeah, second and third now. We've got Hamilton now up to second and Verstappen up to third in this race. And this is very intense at the front here between those two drivers here. And now it looks like that now that Bottas here at the front taking control of this race. He wants to win the whole entire thing, and looks like now Red Bull now at it here in third position here, trying to chase out with Hamilton. A big battle between those two. And we are now in the last final lap of the race, and Bottas is running away with it. Bottas could win the Formula 1 of Australia, it could be, while Hamilton and Max Verstappen are trying to battle out one another for second and third position, or they can chase on Bottas here, and Bottas might win the Formula 1 race of Australia of 2023. The first race could be Bottas's. He's hanging on for dear life in first position here, and looks like me behind him. Lewis Hamilton's behind him here, and maybe it could be is it going to be Bottas? Bottas, and he does! Bottas wins the Grand Prix of Australia. The first Grand Prix of the season is Valtteri Bottas, and he wins, of course, representing Mercedes here in this race. And huge win for him in the Formula 1 here in Australia and in Melbourne. And all the drivers all completed the race now as well. And a huge congratulations to Bottas to win the first Formula 1 race of Australia in the first round here. And he does do incredibly well to hang on and hold on to that first lead, while Hamilton and Max Verstappen are trying to really catch on with Bottas. But Bottas was the beatable one, and obviously a huge win for him and also for his team as well. And we know that Charles Leclerc came 8th, the Ferrari guy. Did very well in the race, he did as well in the Formula 1. And now let's get into the podium right here, as Bottas is the winner of the Formula 1 and wins, of course, representing Mercedes. And it is a huge one for him in the Grand Prix. And also Hamilton came second, and third was Verstappen. But those three can take a lot of credit in the first season of Formula 1. And a good win for Bottas as it all ends here in Australia, as Bottas came first, second Lewis Hamilton, third Max Verstappen, fourth Alexander Albon, in fifth we have is Daniel Ricciardo, also sixth Sebastian Vettel, in seventh Sainz, eighth Leclerc, in ninth Lando Norris, in 10th Perez, 11th Kevin Nicholson, in 12th is Esteban Ocon, in 15th we have is Lance Stroll. In 14th, we've got Kevin Nicholson. Antonio Giovinazzi in 15th. 16th, we've got Kimi Räikkönen. In 17th, we've got is George Russell. In 18th, we've got Roman Grosjean. And in 19th, we've got Nicholas Latifi, and Daniel Kvyat comes last. And the next Grand Prix, the second round, will take place in China on the 4th of March next month. And make sure you tune in for that as well. And that's going to be a wrap here today of Formula 1 here on the Grand Prix. And we'll be back on the 4th of March for Chinese Grand Prix. Goodbye.